Participate in that as I am. It's going to be a great service. This morning we have some guests with us. We're thankful for Ben and Anna Schroeder, who are with Biblical Ministries Worldwide, heading to Mexico to plant a church. Ben has served as associate or assistant pastor up at Foothill Bible in Lincoln, and he served together with Marco Garcia, who, due to immigration issues, had to leave the country, and is decided that, okay, well, we'll make lemonade out of those lemons, and he's going to plant a church down there. And the Schroeders are going to go down and help them. So we have invited the Schroeders to come, and they're going to be presenting their ministry to us tonight. But I asked him if he would come and just give us a very brief orientation and a greeting this morning. So he and Anna are going to come up and share. So welcome. Glad to have both of you. Looking forward to hearing both now and this evening.
Thank you so much for the opportunity to be here this morning. As you heard, our names are Benjamin and Anna Schroeder. If you ever forget us, just remember banana. And you will never forget our names now. It is a dad joke, but you know what? You laugh. As you heard, we've been up in Lincoln, California since 2016, and I was telling Pastor Rick this morning that it's sort of your church's fault that we're here. Because my brother used to be on staff here, and as God was leading our lives, my brother knew Pastor Vern up in Lincoln and got us connected. So I'm very thankful for this church and how God's used it in our lives. We have 4 children. Names are Emilia, Josiah, Sophia, and Lucas. Their ages are 8, 7, 4, and 3. And they're here with us today with in their respective classes. But we're deeply grateful for the chance to share the exciting news of how God has led our family to do church planting in Mexico.
Our journey has been unexpected. Back in 2015, Ben and I were married and then praying where God would lead us. And we were convinced that our future ministry was to be overseas or in South America. But God had different plans for us, adjusting our course and leading us to Lincoln, California to serve at Foothill Bible Church. Ben accepted the role as an assistant pastor, and we have been there ever since. We had a 5-year commitment while we were there, but as you can see now that this has been 9 years, we've been there for 9 years, and we are grateful for our time at Foothill. But the Lord has made it very obvious to us that we are now to go to Mexico, and we are excited to share our ministry with you.
So this year, a distinct opportunity arose when Pastor Marco announced that he was moving back to Mexico, and God had already been directing our hearts towards a next step, and we weren't quite sure, and so my wife suggested, well, let's go church planting in Mexico. And we're so thankful for just that's how God led us. Mexico, as you may have known, has had many mission efforts, but as we began to study the need there, on your screen, you see a grayed out area with a circle around it, and that's called the circle of silence. The reason being is the gospel has been very quiet and very pushed away and hushed. So they've called it the circle of silence. And so roughly 2 to 4% of the people in that region are some sort of Protestant Christian. To give you a perspective, the U.S. is considered to be about 64% Protestant Christian. So this makes this region the least reached gospel region in the South and Latin America. And God just put a burden on our heart to go where the gospel is really not available. And so we're excited to do that, and the doors opened up. Marco and Luz did a church plant as our team members in Lincoln first, and now we're going together to do that church plant with them in Mexico. And so we're looking forward to that. We've already become good friends over the years, and Marco is already there beginning to meet people, and he's a great evangelist, so he's giving the gospel. So our hope and desire together is to reach people with the gospel, to evangelize the lost, to disciple new believers, to really not just make a church plant, but to do multiple church plants, and to start a church planting endeavor that reaches that whole region for the gospel, to raise up Mexican men and women to reach their own people. And so we're thankful for the opportunity to present here. to you both as a church, individually and collectively. And I invite you to return tonight as we're going to give you more details to how God's led us, what he's doing, and what we hope to accomplish in that area. So thank you for this time today, and we're very grateful for you as a church and for Pastor Rick for this opportunity.
We're very grateful for just having the ability to see what the Lord is up to and what he's doing to build his church. And obviously the Lord has led in the Schroeder's lives to take them down to Mexico. And we would be delighted to hear of that vision and call and what they know the Lord is going to be doing down there. And all of us who love the Lord are excited about seeing God do marvelous things. And so come back tonight and allow yourself to be encouraged and stirred and oriented to what God has in store for the Schroeders and for the people down there in Mexico through the Garcias and the Schroeders' efforts. So we're looking forward to this evening and having that opportunity to be together tonight.